Michael, good morning. What is the name of your company?
The name of our company is called the Storehouse Company. We've been around since 1973, been focused only in self-storage since 1988.
Where are your facilities located?
We currently have 3 facilities. 2 of them are in the Macon, Georgia area. That is a metropolitan area about 50 miles south of Atlanta. We also have a facility on the east side of Indianapolis, and those are the 2 markets that we're most focused on right now.
And how many kiosks do you have?
We have 3 kiosks, 1 at each facility.
How has technology changed managing self-storage facilities, in your opinion, in the last 5 to 10 years?
It hasn't changed the core principles of how we manage facilities. Technology has been a helper in redistributing our resources and how we tackle problems. As a facility owner, we still have all the basic needs of renting, taking payments, dealing with customers, but more importantly, maintenance, overlocks, dealing with all the issues on the ground, the auctions. What technology has done is not really change how we have to approach managing them, but it's changed where we get to do it and how much resource we have to throw at a problem. Technology has helped us centralize a lot of our operations here in the corporate office. We have to rely less on our on-site managers to do some of the back office tasks, and they can really focus on where we feel they can be most impactful on the bottom line. Dealing with the customers, but also renting units and doing collections. The technology helps us do those tasks that used to be mundane and not as revenue producing for us.
So you manage remote facilities, you said in both Georgia and Indy. How has the kiosk played into, or what component is the kiosk in your remote management of those facilities?
The kiosk has been a very important role for us as we've been able to, like I've said, adapt our resources, but also in allowing us to provide choice and self-service to our customers. Having the kiosks at all of our locations obviously does some of the basic things, like allowing them the kiosk to rent when the manager isn't there, take payments when nobody's there, but it also allows more free time for the manager. When somebody comes in to make a payment, they can go directly to the kiosk instead of having to actually work with our manager. This gives our manager more time to make collection calls. It's also one of the big things that we believe in self-service is the ability to have choice. When somebody needs to make their payment, they can call on the phone to our call center and make a credit card payment. They can go to the facility on their terms. I mean, the reality is we're open usual business hours. Most people who rent with us also have jobs during business hours. The fact that they get to come over, even if it's 5 minutes after we've closed or 5 hours after we've closed, we're providing that choice. For us, it goes hand in hand with the convenience of all types of self-service, like our website, like our call center.
Has your staffing changed since you deployed the INSOMNIACs?
It has, and the staffing change that we have made, the kiosk has been part of the solution that allowed us to decrease our staff. We used to have our 2 facilities in Georgia. We used to have a full-time manager at each facility and a part-time manager at each facility. We now currently run with 1 full-time manager between the facility to go back and forth. The big reason has been the kiosk has been part of the solution for allowing us to take some of those mundane tasks, a lot of the paperwork off of the manager's shoulders. We can focus that resource here in the corporate office, and in that way we've greatly reduced the cost of payroll.
So you said the managers are able to do more value-added activities. Do you have any specific examples?
Well, the number one thing that a self-storage facility needs to do is to bring in revenue. That can be through new rentals. That can be through selling the goods that we have in the store, as well as, and very importantly, doing the collections. These are the things that we feel that managers should be doing as often as possible. So not having them have to worry about the paperwork of an auction, not having to worry about every payment and every person that comes in having to take their payment is very important to us. Knowing that a manager can be renting a unit and somebody else can be coming into the store, they can take their payment, the manager can say what they need to say to the customer to to help push the agenda of our facility, that is incredibly important to us. If we break down the cost per hour of a manager versus what revenue per hour that manager can make, the more time that they are spent doing paperwork and back of house activities, which for the most part, most of a rental is back of house. In 5 minutes, they can be a person should be convinced to rent with us. The next 15 minutes are spent filling in their name, where they're from, getting their photo, their license, printing out the leases, signing everything. All of that, though incredibly important, and it must be right, is back of house things. If we can have my manager spend 5 minutes convincing them to go rent, and then show them to the kiosk, they have the next 15 minutes to go make collection calls. When you can break down your cost of somebody per hour versus the revenue